Comments, and then Gerald Richard will follow. He has a few comments to make, and then we'll be followed up by Joel Robbins, Dan's attorney, to wrap things up. Yesterday, Democratic candidate for Maricopa County Sheriff Dan Saban called his opponent, Joe Arpaio, a liar and a coward for running a despicable and untruthful television ad campaign. Joe Arpaio's response was that he had nothing to do with the ads. They were paid for by the Maricopa County Republican Party. He had no control over how they spend their money. This really puzzles me, because to hear Arpaio talk, he's the biggest candidate the Republicans have. He says he has the most name recognition, and he says he has the highest approval ratings, and he claims to be one of Arizona's most powerful men. He'll tell you he pulls all the strings of the county government, and the Republican Party is in his back pocket. But all of a sudden, he's talking out of the other side of his sneer. He said yesterday he doesn't control his own party. He can't stop the party from buying TV ads, telling lies about his opponent with what must have been a huge amount of money. Can you picture Joe Arpaio telling his party bosses, "Oh no, don't spend money on me, I'm just not that important"? Or can you picture Joe Arpaio saying, "I want to run the sleaziest ads possible, and I don't want them traced back to me"? We've seen Arpaio arrest newspaper reporters, fight with mayors, arrest and hold citizens for being brown. We've seen him abandon Guadalupe, abandon the county's unincorporated areas, and beef up his own administrative bureaucracy. We've seen him force his face into any law enforcement situation that will attract the media spotlight. And we've seen him distance himself from taking responsibility or ever being accountable for his actions. Today we're introducing a harassment log detailing Joe Arpaio's 2-year campaign to intimidate, discredit, and silence his chief political opponent. Dan Saban is a diligent lawman, and he's done his best to keep records of every time Arpaio or his hired guns have harassed him and his family. In this log, you'll see a 2-year pattern of Arpaio trying to sell the same load of fish he's putting into these disgusting TV ads. His lies have been discredited over and over by the town of Buckeye, 2 county attorneys, 2 county sheriff's departments, a special prosecutor, and Arizona DPS Major Crimes Investigation Unit. No one believes these allegations deserve the least bit of attention, but still, Arpaio pushes the same lies. Here's Dan's rebuttal to the allegations in a nutshell. Dan was the victim of a mentally imbalanced adoptive mother who abused him sexually when he was a kid. Arpaio twisted that story and leaked it to a friendly TV reporter, telling him that Dan had gotten away with a crime. A friend of Dan's told an off-color joke at a retirement party. Arpaio pounced on that and spent tax dollars on a bogus investigation that legitimate investigators said was nonsense. And as a 20-year-old, Dan Saban took a break from a volunteer position for a few minutes in the privacy of his own home. Arpaio said that is being a deviant. For 2 years, Joe Arpaio has been trying to tar Dan Saban with the same brush and same phony disproved allegations. And now Arpaio expects us to believe that he has nothing to do with the ads that level these exact same charges. Folks, Dan Saban is right. Joe Arpaio is a liar and a coward. Joe Arpaio is America's toughest coward for not taking responsibility for his own campaign of terror. He's a coward for refusing to debate Dan Saban on the real issues that face the next sheriff. And he's a liar for running his campaign from behind the coattails of decent Republicans. Members of the media, I urge you to look over this log of harassment and intimidation and see if it doesn't match up directly with the tactics used in the Joe Arpaio attack ads now running. Then ask Joe how these ads got on TV without his direction, approval, or foreknowledge. Ask him why he continues to persecute his political opponent with the same lies, personal attacks, and heavy-handed intimidation. Ask him why his internet surrogates flood chat rooms and websites with these same lies and innuendo. Ask him why he's been bragging at personal appearances over the last month that he was going to drop a bomb like this. And most importantly, ask him why he refuses to debate the real issues with Dan Saban. Every day Arpaio refuses to take responsibility for this campaign is another day that we can honestly say Joe Arpaio is a liar. And as Dan Saban said yesterday, Joe Arpaio, either stop lying or resign from office. It's time for accountability. We've had enough of Joe acting tough. It's time for Dan Saban for sheriff. Thank you. That concludes my remarks. Now, Gerald Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gerald Richard. I'm here on my own volition. I have been a supporter of Dan Saban for years now. Over 20 years ago, we began working on gang prevention back in the East Valley when I was heavily involved as far as dealing with gang issues. When I heard yesterday in the media that the sheriff's office knew absolutely nothing about the smear campaign, I felt it important that I
Gerald, can you wait for the podium? Wait for the podium.
I felt it important that I come forward and let you know that on July the 16th, a very high-ranking official within the sheriff's office came to me and asked me why I was supporting Dan. I shared with that individual that I've been a friend of Dan's for more than 20 years. They told me that if I submitted a public records request under ARS 39121, they would share with me all of the information that they planned on using in order to smear Dan Saban. It is hard to believe that the sheriff's office had nothing to do with, nor believed that that they would not be involved as far as trying to smear Dan Saban's reputation. I've known this man for a very long time. He's done an outstanding job. And I for one, question the sheriff's office as far as making that statement and trying to stand up behind it. After just a couple of months ago, I was asked if I wanted that information in order that would sway my support from Dan Saban. Thank you.
You said you know the man for a long time. Were you referring to Dan Saban?
Dan
or
Saban.
The high-ranking.
Dan Saban.
Was the high-ranking official David Hendershot?
I'm not going to say it this time, but I will say that I've known that individual also for a long period of time.
But this is going to be, if you're making the allegation that they were offering you dirt on Dan Saban to sway you, and this is somebody in the employment of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, works in the upper management. You got to know. You got to tell us who that is if that's kind of statement.
I mean, David Hendershot is a liaison. He does all the political work for this office. It appears it was David Hendershot.
Gerald, it's in the log.
It's in the log?
It's in the thing we're going to hand out.
Okay. And so the
David
log says
Hendershot.
David Hendershot. Okay. And did he use any kind of words related to bringing Dan Saban down?
No, it was more towards smearing Dan so that I would not support it.
Did he specifically speak about this ad? Did he
No.
specifically
He spoke about the information they would use in order to smear Dan Saban.
and didn't give any indication as to what that information is?
No, because when I went to Dan and I asked him whether or not he wanted to know what that was, Dan said, I don't run my campaign like that. I'm not going to stoop to that level. If they want to bring something out, let them go ahead and bring something out. It's probably no more than what they already have from the trial. Thank you.